Good morning, everyone. I'm Sheila A. Valencia. I am the first reporter. I will tackle about ACOELOMATE Triploblastic Body Plan. First and foremost, there are three classifications of ACOELOMATE Triploblastic Body Plan. These are platyhelminths, Nemersia, and Gastrotrecia, the flatworm. Evolutionary relationship. First view, evolution from radial diploblastic animals. Second view, evolution from bilateral ancestor. Third view, ACOELOMATE derived from coelomate. Classification. Phylum Platyhelminths contains over 34,000 animal species. Phylum Platyhelminths are ACOELOMATE with gastrovascular cavities, living in marine, freshwater, and damp terrestrial habitats. Phylum Nemersia, a Mediterranean Sea nymph, elongated, flattened marine worms, found in mud and sand, have a long proboscis which is held in the sheath called Rachin's coil. The proboscis is used to capture annelids and crustaceans. Phylum Gastrotrecia, 500 species of freshwater and marine free-living worm cilia use a sensory structure and for movement nervous system. Similar to platyhelminths, complete digestive system and digestion is extracellular. First, we will discuss the phylum Platyhelminths. Phylum Platyhelminths belong to kingdom Animalia. The organisms are also known as flatworms. These are ACOELOMATE and they include many free-living and parasitic life forms. Members of this phylum range in size from a single-celled organism to around 2 to 3 feet long. We can also see the some members of phylum Platyhelminths flatworm, animals with a primitive organism systems. We can also see the marine tiger flatworm shows brilliant markings and bilateral system. This flatworm inhabits the warm, shallow waters around the Hawaii Island and it is about 25 mm long. Characteristics of platyhelminths. They are triploblastic, isolomate, and bilaterally symmetrical. They may be free-living or parasites. The body has a soft covering with or without cilia. Their body is dorsoventrally flattened without any segment and appears like a leaf. They are devoid of the anus and circulatory system but has a mouth. They respire by simple diffusion through the body surface. They have an organ level of organization. They do not have a digestive tract. Classification of platyhelminths. Class Turbellaria, Class Monogenia, and Class Trematoda, divided into the two subclass which is subclass Aspidogastria and subclass Digynia. In Class Turbellaria, free-living bottom dwellers, found in freshwater and marine environments, named for turbulence their cilia create in the water. Lanternia means plus, area means like commonly known as planaria. Turbellaria nutrition. Simple and complete digestive tract. Pharynx with branch or lobe digestive tubes. Evolutionarily, digestive tracts may be advantageous. The gastrodermis is closer to the location of digestion and absorption. Most of these worms are carnivorous and many others scavenge for food. A few are herbivorous, feeding on algae. As we can see, the figure a turbulent pharynx planarian tubules with its parents extended in feeding portion and retracted within the pharyngeal sheath. Gas exchange in turbellarians. Since these organisms lack a respiratory system, all gases and waste are exchanged through diffusion across the skin. The protonephridia are basically tubules which function in more regulation for freshwater turbellarians. The end of these structures contains flame cells. Flame cells use cilia to move fluids out through the nephridiophore. As we can see, the major organ systems and the digestive system into variance in the diagram. protein-free system intervalarians, the protein-free land system lies in the parenchyma and consists of the network of fine tools that run the length of animal on each guide and open to the surface by minute. Nephritic force and the fur, we can see the neuronumerous fine side branches from the tibials originate in the parent, kerma, and enlargement called plium cells. The black arrows indicate the direction of fluid movement. These the major organs of the flatworms. The nervous system of the flatworms are cerebral ganglia, transverse corn measure, longitudinal nerve corks, and the last one is peripora nerve plexus.
Planarian nervous system. The planarian is located on the ventral side of the body and composed of a mass of cephalic ganglions in the head region and a pair of ventral nerve cords. Examples of planarians are the Gyssa japonica and the Gyssa gonocephala, and the last one is the Gyssa dilegma. The characteristic of planarians has a soft, flat ridge of the body that may be black, brown, blue, gray, or white. Next is reproductive in planarians. It's a most common form of transverse fission which part of asexual reproduction forms zooids. In asexual freshwater, planarians reproduce by tearing themselves into pieces by a process called binary fission. Class Monongia. Monongenians are a group of ectoparasitic flatworms commonly found in snails, gills, or fins of fish. Monogenia is commonly known as flax. The names come from their life cycle. They all produce one egg, or generation in their life cycle. Monogenians lack respiratory, skeletal, and circulatory system and have low or weakly developed oral suckers. Example, Gyrodactylus, Gyrodactyli, and Archigydactylus. Class Primapoda. Primapoda is a class within the phylum Papilids. It includes two group or parasitic flatworm known as flax. Primapods also known as flax because of their wide and flat shape. Primapods are also known as internal parasites. Primapods are flatworms classified in the phylum. Example, bloody flax and Fasciola and Digynia. Subclass Apidogostria. The Apidogostria are also known in Greek word which is Aspis goster stomach pouch. It's a small group of flax comprising about 80 species. A large oval holdfast organ called opisthopter, found in molluscous oral sucker. Unique characteristics of the Apidogostria include a cyclic oviduct carrying the egg cells from the ovary has a number of concentric. For example, Apidogaster conchicola infects many species of freshwater bivalves belonging to several families, as well as freshwater snails, many species of freshwater, species of several families, and freshwater porpoises. Subclass Digynia. Digynia is a class of primapods in the Platimids phylum consisting of parasitic flatworms with a syncytial tegment and usually two suckers and one ventral and one oral. Most flax are belong in this class. The characteristic of Digynia is include a syncytial tegment that is tegment where the junction between cells. For example, Fasciola, Hepatica, or 20 parasitic primatodes. Is a foodborne primatodes are a group of diseases that include the parasites Clonorchis, Opisthorchis, Fasciola, and Paragoniums. These parasites flax have a complex life cycle involving diverse definitive host and one or two intermediate hosts. For example, Chinese liver plaque, Clonorchis sinensis can cause human eating poorly in cooked fish. Parasitic trematodes characteristics are unsegmented, leaf-shaped worms that are flattened dorsoventrally. Examples of noteworthy parasitic trematodes are blood flax, Fasciola, and Fasciola hepatica.
Hello, I'm the next reporter. Class Histodia are flatworms that is commonly known as tapeworms. As adult, their color is often white with shades of yellow or gray. Adult tapeworms range from 1 mm to 25 mm in length. There are two unique adaptations to a parasitic lifestyle characterize tapeworms. One, tapeworms is lack of mouth and digestive tract in all of their life cycle stages. They absorb nutrients directly across their body wall. Most adult tapeworms consist of a long series repeating units called proglottids. Proglottids contains one or two complete sets of reproductive structures. Examples of tapeworms are Taenia solum, which is pork tapeworm, Taenia saginata, which is beef tapeworm, Diphyllobothrium spp, also known as fish tapeworm. Class Studaria, unsegmented tapeworms. All of them are endoparasites. They live in the intestine and column of primitive fishes. They have similarities with trematodes. Some species bear suckers. Their body is not divided into proglottids, and only one set of both male and female reproductive organs. The Cystidaria subclass is made up of Ampelonida and Gyrocotyledea. Subclass Cystidaria has presence of larval stages similar to those of Cystides, and also have presence of parenchymal muscle cells. Subclass Eocystoda are referred as true tapeworms. The body is divided into three regions. One end is the whole fish suckers, called the scolex. Second is the neck. The third region is the strobila, consists of a series of linearly arranged proglottids. Subclass Eocystoda has nervous system consists of only one pair of lateral nerve cords that arise from the nerve mass in the scolex and extend the length of stobula. They are proneperadial system also runs the length of tapeworm. The reproductive system is advanced. Examples of Eocystoda are the pork tapeworms, which is Taenia solium, with human definite host and pigs as the secondary host. The Monizoia expansa, the definitive host of which are ruminants. Nerty tapeworms. Number 1. Beef tapeworms. Cattle become infested by grazing in pastures contaminated by human feces. Human from eating infected or poorly cooked beef. So when we eat beef that is rare or poorly cooked, we can get beef tapeworm. 2. Pork tapeworm is similar to beef tapeworms. So there are pork tapeworms are commonly known as Taenia Tinea solum. Number 3. Broadfish tapeworm. Fish became infected by consuming infected copepods. Humans by consuming infected undercooked fish. So, like example of that is when we eat kinilaw. That is uncooked fish, right? So when we eat uncooked fish, we can get broadfish tapeworms, also called as Dipilobarium spp. Phylum Nemertea, also known as ribbon worms, are proboscis worms. Elongated flattened marine worms, mostly found in mud and sand, have long proboscis which is held in shells called rhinococcyle. Nemertian characteristics. Number 1. Triploblastic or 3-germ layer. ACOELOMATE, no body cavity. Bilaterally symmetrical and segmented worms. Has ciliated epidermis containing mucous glands. They have complete digestive tract with anus. Dioecious. Protonimedria. Cerebral ganglion with longitudinal nerve cords. Closed circulatory system. First animal to develop this system, containing 2 lateral blood vessels but no heart. Body musculature is divided into 2 or 3 layers. So let me show you a picture of a phylum Nemertea and his body parts. Phylum Gastrotica, commonly referred to as a herbaceous or a hairbox. They are 500 species of freshwater and marine free-living worms. Nervous system is similar to phylomates. They have complete digestive system and digestion is extracellular. Gastrotica characteristics are most reproduce sexually and monoecious. Asexual reproduction can occur parthenogenesis, laying 2 unsterilized eggs which will then hatch as females. No larval stages. So now let me show you a phylum Gastrotica picture and each body part.